Sir, that is a perfect segue into what I was going to say. She said earlier, hey, behind every successful man is a strong woman. No, not really. And the reason why is because most women are useless and most girls are kind of go through life
but
making
most men are as well.
Can I finish my point?
Yes.
So, anyway, what I was saying was, because you said it behind every successful man, correct?
Right.
Okay, the reason why there's no... Behind every successful man is a woman, but whether she's useful or not is up to the man, because I genuinely believe that most women are useless unless they're with a strong man that makes them useful and teaches them how to become a commodity in a relationship. Because a girl without instruction is headed for destruction. Women operate at the best when they have a man that's a leader that's telling her exactly what to do and how to operate. Whenever you see girls doing stupid shit, fuck shit, whatever, 9 out of 10 times she either A, doesn't have a father, a strong brother, some masculine leader in her life, or she doesn't have a man, and they do the self-destructive bullshit that they do.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn this?
Life.
They should be experienced.
Life in general. But I mean, if you look at human beings in general, we've thrived with, male and female relationships where the man was in a leadership role, never the other way around.
But what if they're both useless at the time, like they're young, and then they build together and they both become successful together? So neither one of them was useless. They were both built.
Now, that sounds fantastic on paper, but the reality is that...
But it's happened before.
Yeah, but the reality is women don't build, they move in. Most women would prefer to deal with a guy that comes pre-assembled. Most girls don't want to sit there and do the work with a man. They want a man to do the work, and then they come in and they add to it.
But there are exceptions. Do you agree?
The exceptions don't make the rule.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing about men versus women? And I love women, but we would accept a woman, like, for example, like the fact that some of you can't name 3 countries when there's like over 200 choices.
Some of you guys are college students.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, the fact that you can't. Do you know what? Of all the things I know about you all, that is not the thing that made me think any less of you. Of all the things I know of you,
I appreciate it.
that's not one of the things that made me say, oh, like I'm less impressed. I'm less interested.
Yeah.
And so the way men assess women is radically different. I'm more interested in, like, if I come home, are you going to be, help me have comfort after a long day of work? Like, I don't need you to be a scholar, even though I could probably sit here and draw out maps and write down 186 in all the capitals. What's the capital of Namibia?
I don't know. I think Namibia, right?
Windhoek. But the point is, I could do that, but I don't need you to be able to do that. So a man is comfortable with letting you be a woman, however that might play out, as long as you can be a support to the man. Whereas a woman, they got all these goddamn criteria. He need to make 6 figures, have a 6-pack, be 6 feet or taller, and you got all this criteria.
But do you think the reason that you feel like you need multiple women to satisfy your like needs and wants is because of your mentality? If you found a woman that did have like the intellectual capacity that on the same level as yourself, would you be bored as easily as yours?
I never said I would be bored. I just have a king's appetite, love.
Okay, but if you found a woman who was on the same intellectual level as you, would you still want other women?
It's improbable, but certainly yes, I would, because it's not that a woman has a lack of intellect that I would want a separate woman. Women have trouble understanding the thinking of men, which makes sense in as much as we can't really understand your thinking fully. But know this, you might say, Marquette, you like thick women, which I do. And then you see me with a Vietnamese woman, you're like, I thought you liked thick women. I also like thin women. I like tall women. I also like short women. And variety is a flavor, you dig? So it's like, what is a player to do when his favorite flavor is new?
Ooh,
I like how you said that. He is
Well,
smooth.
I think that once you like someone, you're in love with someone, your eye doesn't turn for anybody else.
When you're
it's
in
mainly
love
for
with
women.
someone.
Well, I've spoken with men who have the same views.
They're weak. They're weak. And
They're weak.
No, really, they're weak. If you look historically at the men who have multiple wives, it's the men who are favored in the Bible, the men who are favored in the Quran. And when you look at secular society, historically, it's the men who are the greatest leaders. The Pharaoh had multiple wives. The Emperor of China had multiple wives. And you can go on indefinitely. It's the men of power.
Do you think that's because they have a lot of variety and they get bored because these women have nothing to offer but
Because
beauty?
women don't offer much utility in general. Let me just be very frank with you guys. Let's just keep it all the way 1,000. Women don't require a lot of men, but men don't require a lot of women. So since we don't require much of you guys, we're willing to deal with, date, and fuck a majority of you. But since we're willing to deal with a majority of you, with that comes, hey, there's not much utility that women provide. Men provide a lot of utility. Women don't, unfortunately.
Do you have a girlfriend?
What is
God.
an NFT?
Typical question.
What is
Yeah,
an
I
NFT?
love,
Typical, bro.
I love that you asked that question.
Every time.
What does and I love how you deflect because you tried this earlier with him before when
No,
you tried
I'm
to
just
make a point.
asking. Do you have a girlfriend?
What does
No.
that have to do with the conversation? at
I'm
hand?
just wondering.
What does that have to do with the question?
Because
at
if you
hand?
don't have a girlfriend, then there's something wrong with you.
No,
and I can
that's
see
not what I
because you're a
said.
jerk.
I'm just saying,
You're a
do you have
jerk.
a girlfriend?
What does that have to do with the fact that women in general don't offer men much utility?
It doesn't. I'm just wondering.
It has nothing to do with the conversation.
And why are you wondering at this moment?
I'm just wondering out of curiosity.
No, you're not just wondering.
Yeah,
I
because
am.
and here's the
You
thing.
want to shame him.
Yeah, because
I'm not shaming him at all.
because
If
here's the-
anything, he's shaming all of us.
No, he's not
See?
shaming me,
See?
but I will
There
say
it is.
by
There it is.
nature, I'm gonna cut that off because I don't feel ashamed about a lot of stuff that they're saying, and I'm sorry about that. Now we all have our own opinion.
Go ahead.
That is good, but it's also like it's about your upbringing. What was you exposed to? Like some people are sheltered. Like me, I wasn't sheltered. I actually was raised by men. They
all
told
right,
me.
stop talking
"Do
for 2
not-"
seconds. I didn't finish
Okay.
my point.
My bad.
The point is that women in general don't offer men as much utility as men offer women. You don't agree with that?
No.
I think
Really?
that she was asking this question.
Who's the pickier gender?
What?
Who's the pickier gender?
Who's to pick my gender?
Who is the
Who's the
pickier
pickier gender?
Oh. I don't know. It really depends on the person.
Who has requirements of the opposite gender? Do men have more requirements of women, or do women have more requirements of men?
I think it depends on the person. I'm not gonna just put people in a
In
category.
general,
I don't know. I feel like men. Honestly, I feel
men
like
have more requirements of women.
yeah. I feel like they like women to look a certain way, act a certain way.
Yeah, but then women have
If we're gonna have a
expectations of men
conversation,
in
hold
terms
on, hold
of
on, hold on. If
financial
we're gonna have a
stuff.
conversation and we're actually gonna talk about facts, we need to establish like level playing ground here. The reality is that women are far more selective than men are.
Yeah.
That's just a biological reality because women have to carry the next child, which is very dangerous for 9 months. So they have to pick the next guy. So, I mean, if you're going to doze off and look at the chat and everything else like that and then have random quims here and there, well, do you have a girlfriend? You're not even listening to the conversation at hand.
I mean, I'm just wondering. I was just wondering.
No, but I mean, like, you're spacing out. You're not really paying attention or whatever.
I
I'm
am paying
explaining to you.
attention. That's why I asked.
So, no, because now you're being disingenuous because I asked you a very easy question. Who has more requirements of the opposite
And I
gender?
answered.
You know it's women that have more requirements of men, but you're trying to deflect and be funny here, which is fine.
Be funny? How is that funny?
You know, you're trying to deflect
Okay, I have
and
a question
switch
for
things
you.
around. But if you're gonna do that, that's fine. Then I'm just not gonna take you seriously in the
You
conversation.
don't have to take me seriously. I'm not taking you seriously.
Ooh.
Whose fucking podcast are you on?
Yours. I'm just saying.
So you obviously took it seriously because you dressed up and you came here, correct?
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, when you say that, like, disrespectful things about women, I'm not taking you seriously.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being very honest here. That women don't offer men as much utility as men offer women. That's a fact.
It's
I'm-
not a fact. You just say that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because facts,
It's a fact for you.
it's a fact for you just because you say it, but that doesn't make it a reality just because.
Who
you say
has
it.
more requirements of the opposite gender?
No, because those are two different things. You're saying women don't offer utility the way men
As
do.
much utility.
As
Men have
much.
to bring
Okay,
way.
as much.
This is a fucking fact. I don't care what any of you say. Men
Yeah,
have to
but,
bring
like,
way
where's
more.
that-
Stop interrupting.
where's
Men
the
have to bring way more to the table to get a girlfriend than a woman has to bring to the table to get a boyfriend.
That's true.
That is true.
That's true, though.
Okay, so
still
then shut
got
the
my
fuck up.
question
What are y'all
for
talking
you.
about? I'm literally saying it. Men have to bring way more value than women do. Why are you guys getting angry when it's absolutely fact? You are way more selective than most men. You guys probably have more standards than we do.
But why does that have
Definitely.
to do with the
That's
utility?
okay. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but
No,
I'm just
that's-
saying, let's be honest here.
Yeah, okay, but
He just
what
gave
does
us a
it have to do
compliment,
with
which is leave it
utility?
What,
Like
what does
the-
that have to do with utility?
Yeah.
Because women require utility from men to even take them seriously. Men don't require utility from women to take them seriously.
To take them seriously in what aspect? In a relationship aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
A girl can get a
okay.
relationship with a guy and bring nothing to the table.
Okay,
That's
because
facts.
you're viewing a relationship as a formal trait. I think if you
And I'm
view
saying that
relationship-
women.
That's
I'm
what
saying
marriage
women
came
win in
from,
the trade.
actually.
Yeah, marriage.
Myron,
but not
do you believe in
relationship.
love?
We're not in the Middle Ages anymore. We're in a contract. No.
Look,
Do you
like I said
believe in
before,
love,
you guys
Myron?
see, you guys don't like what I'm saying, but when I present you the question, you agree with what I'm saying. It's just that you don't like what I'm saying. But the truth is that men have to bring way more value to get sexual access than women have to bring value to get sexual access.
No, we
But you're
agree
putting
now. we
so
agree
many
now.
points out there. and
Can we
mixing
put
them
it in
up.
biology? Because
Yes,
she's
I
a
have an example for
she's a
biology.
biology expert. Let me. I got it.
an A
She's a
high school.
biology expert.
Yeah, A.
So this rooted kind of from you being disturbed about the idea of a boss having multiple women. You seem mind boggled. Let me unboggle your mind.
I wasn't mind boggled.
Okay, we're gonna unboggle it all the same.
Okay.
So let's say it's just me as the male and it's all these women here, right? And I'm in good physical shape. You heard me? and I slang dick all night, I can get every last one of you pregnant tonight. Me, by myself.
Yes.
Now let's flip it the other way, right? If it was all men here and it was just you as a woman, how many times could you get pregnant?
A singular time.
One time. The biology shows us that the woman gets pregnant one time by one man and then has to stick with that for 9 months. So if you and I go off and we both want to be 304s, I can impregnate half of Miami, but you just have to wait 9 months. You're pregnant by that one guy. You are designed to be dominated by one man. You are soil for one man. But a man is designed to spread his seed. Furthermore, you can only be soil up until you're about your mid-30s. And I can continue to sling this high-quality seed to the day I die.
But
So it is for the strongest men to be able to sling as much seed as possible. You hear me? And you should try your best to stick with me so I don't get rid of you.
All right, let me ask, because you've been laughing the whole time. What did he say that was incorrect?
I don't know. The way he just like talks about women is just like very disrespectful.
But what was a lie?
Did I say something was a lie? No, I just said that it was just
So what's funny?
disrespectful.
So what's funny?
I'm laughing because I can't fathom that somebody is speaking like this, like on the internet.
Wait, what was disrespectful?
Is it
Telling
how
the
he said it?
truth?
What was the
is it how he said
disrespectful
it?
Listen.
part?
I think it's just the way that he worded it. He's just like,
Can I give an example, please?
No,
okay.
no, pause.
no, because this entire time you guys have just been enabling it, and it's weird.
Wait, what?
You guys have just been enabling the way that he's speaking about women.
Well,
But,
actually,
I
you have to
mean,
be a
we
little
also kind of
optimistic,
knew what the
like,
podcast
yeah.
was when we got on here.
but that doesn't mean you just come on here and sit and let them.
Well,
say it.
first of all,
Well, no, but I
just talk-
understand the
Don't
point.
talk for the whole table. Just say what your opinion is, because I'm not one of those. So
I didn't say
I'm just
anything.
letting you know because you put it out there. So just say in my opinion.
block.
In my opinion,
I feel like there's like a sensitivity that like, and I'm not even just saying this, but there's a sensitivity that a lot of women have where they say they want the truth, but they can't handle it.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. Unfortunately, it is blunt, but it is the truth. And I know you're probably bothered by him saying soil or whatever, but at the same time, that's a comparison. It's just a comparison. It doesn't mean that he's objectifying you in that sense.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It makes me
It's like
feel
a
weird.
wolf pack, okay? It's like lions. Think about nature. You know, the real alpha. Like, we're humans, but we're all mammals. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to think about a pack and how they procreate and everything like that, like, for example, that's the perfect example I can give you. And also how you said, like, far as the women that having babies and guys. I'm 29. My uncle is 21. 21.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure
My
it out in
uncle
my
is
head.
21.
Okay, so
Like-
again, I'm just trying to, because you were laughing and, you know, etc. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's incorrect about what he said or what's the problem? You
Nothing.
don't like the way it's delivered?
No, I just didn't like the way it was delivered.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, if a fact is spoken, does it really matter how it's said?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on who you're talking to.
It's a fact.
Yeah, but if you're telling the truth, I mean, if you might not like the way it's
You
said,
can't
but
cater
it's-
to everybody's like sensitivity. Like some people are just blunt and like they just tell you
Yeah,
how
I
it
know,
is.
and I didn't expect any of you to like explain how you're feeling about it. I was just looking at her.
But that's the problem. This isn't about feelings. It's about facts. And this,
No, but
the
you
truth
said
is,
that that we're enabling it. Like you specifically
you are.
called us that. How am I enabling it?
I feel like,
Because I agree.
yeah.
How is that enabling it?
No, I'm just saying it's like enabling when he words it disrespectfully and no one else says
Disrespect?
anything.
That was in your
That
opinion.
wasn't. That's your opinion,
Yeah,
though,
and
because
that's
you're a
my
more
opinion.
sensitive person, and that's okay.
It's
Okay, then that's fine. I'm just
Can we go
saying
to the
in
next
general.
subject?
Like, be fucking for real.
Can I introduce the Marquardian theorem?
yeah.
The Marquardian theorem. If you want to know if a girl is crazy, you just measure the centimeters of her nails. So if the longer the nails, the crazier the girl is.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah, her
I see
nails
what
are
you did there.
nice.
Yeah.
Come on, what you
And
got
I think,
here?
and
What you got
again,
here?
this is why I say that it's very important for men to be in leadership roles, because women don't do well with confrontation. They don't do well with the truth. They don't do well with uncomfortable situations. That's fine, because women are supposed to be feminine and soft and nurturing, and that's cool. But this is why men need to be in leadership roles. This is why typically when you see a super successful man, there's no such thing as, oh, he had a powerful woman behind him. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, wait. I did have a question for you. Sorry.
Men have to create their
Do the
value.
presidents not all have wives?
Girls.
Yeah,
Let
but-
Myron
And
finish,
side
please.
bitches too. Don't
Yeah, but-
forget about that. Shout
Yeah,
out
but
to Bill.
he was the leader, and she kind of just followed along.
Right.
Yeah, sure. But Google how many billionaires actually are family guys.
All right, money.
Google
What does that have to do with
billionaire.
it?
Like 80% of billionaires actually have wives and they're
Of course,
married.
billionaires have wives because billionaires have money.
They're not billionaires because of
Their wives is well paid off and taken care of.
ladies.
Let's just get that
Ladies,
clear.
like you don't get like men that are hyper successful. They're going to be successful whether or not you're their wife.
That's crazy how they think that they contribute
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
Like,
because
women
men
don't-
cannot produce
crazy.
their own energy. They take it from women. Women can
Really?
take energy
They
from
took it
everything.
from-
From the grass, from the fucking
Explain
sun.
to me how
Energy.
every man-made creation that you enjoy was made by men and not women. Then
Speaking to that
No,
mic that a
I
man
agree.
made.
What creation?
No,
Give me an example.
everything is built by
What's
men.
everything?
every
And I have-
99% of
But to-
inventions, all the
Okay,
modern
how do you
devices
To
you
be fair,
enjoy.
to be fair, women weren't really like allowed to work for a certain period of time or vote
mean,
or get an
who's
education.
stopping
really.
them,
So
though?
I mean, that does factor into the whole.
Okay, so in 2023, hold on, if you want to use that argument, in 2023 we have women overrepresented in college.
Okay.
They have the most education they've ever had. They have the most liberty they've ever had.
Talk about
yet they still don't dominate the fields that
Right.
actually create infrastructure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
is
never
that
used
getting
that
better,
app
though?
that a
I
woman
do agree
created.
that women tend to go
Engineering.
actually more into healthcare. It's like a more of a
So would it
nurturing
be
thing.
fair to
And
say that it's not
cosmetics.
because women are oppressed, it's because they make personal choices that don't necessarily contribute to society?
It's choice.
OnlyFans.
I think healthcare does like contribute to society
I
in
mean,
a
the
sense,
infrastructure
but
of society.
infrastructure-wise, okay, yes, yeah, you're right.
They
So-
spend their time doing unproductive things like OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys think healthcare should be free?
No. What? In the left field?
Well,
I mean, I'm from Canada, and our
think
healthcare
yes,
is free.
But at
Russia's
the same
same.
time, that don't mean that you get good, medical. Just because it's free don't mean it's good.
No, I have to wait literally 8 hours
Right.
in a fucking line.
That's what I'm
Canada.
saying.
to get healthcare.
That sucks.
And
I think the
we
main
pay
thing that
so
we're
much
trying to get at
time.
here, I think the main thing we're trying to get at here is that female competence is not necessarily, no one cares about it.
Right.
Men don't care about
I
it.
prefer it.
A woman that's like stupid as hell but hot can still get can still secure a man, but a man that's a retard typically is not going to
all
get
bad.
They can
a girl.
get them, but they can't keep them.
They
They can
can't
get
even
what?
get them.
a hot girl.
No, like if a girl's hot but she's stupid, she can get any guy she wants, but she can't keep him.
What?
Yeah, but at least she got that's what I'm trying. She got him though. Like she had the chance to be able to like keep him, but she fucked
Nah,
up.
they know how to go
She
in
got
there
the
and get
opportunity.
pregnant and catch a check for the next 18 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She got
They
the
know how to do
opportunity,
that,
at
right?
least.
Job,
We see that every
Men don't
day.
even get the opportunity. We can't
Yeah.
even play the game
Right.
unless we reach a certain level.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a boob job.
Yeah, boob job, man. Come on, man.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question.
There you go.
And girls get mad at me for saying this, but women do live
Every
life on easy
time,
mode.
bro.
Women absolutely live life on easy mode. Can an 18-year-old guy, 21-year-old guy open up OnlyFans and make thousands of dollars a month?
He could make
Yes.
$10 a month on OnlyFans.
Barely.
You know?
Couldn't even
Can
make
a guy be a
$10.
cocktail waitress and make a bunch of money from tips? No.
If
Nope.
they're cute.
Actually,
That's
it
true.
happens
Actually,
though.
a lot
of
It does.
influencer guys
Yeah.
have OnlyFans.
It does.
And they make a lot of money.
No.
Right.
Why have you guys
hold on.
met
The
anyone?
island boys like
You guys
them.
know
What,
these guys.
what does it take for a man to be
Yeah,
a
I
popular
do.
influencer, though?
I don't.
A lot.
Well,
I don't
Having
know.
a podcast like you guys and talking.
Is that easy to do?
I don't know. Is it?
No, it's not.
What do you think
It's not, man.
Look
No,
around
so
at
I
the
think
studio.
if it's easy,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
wait,
to do
is
this?
to this specific.
Is it easy?
I don't think it's easy. I think you have to put a lot of organization, a lot of structuring, a lot of
Oh, so it
management
takes
into it.
hard work and time and effort.
Blood, sweat, and
Well,
tears.
Hey, I've never said that doesn't take hard work. Sorry, English. I'm just saying, if I wanted to open a podcast, do you think someone would just come and be like, "Oh my God, you're a woman. You have a vagina. Let me give you all the
Yes.
money." No.
Let's make it
Where-
Instagram. Let's make it easier. Let's make it IG. So your IG is cracking because you have a world famous podcast. You can get your IG cracking and exceed him in followers by
By
just
twerking.
getting naked.
But-
you don't even have to talk.
No, but we're talking about a podcast. So
But it's the same thing. It's
not the
influence
same.
that converts to money. Why do you think chicks are on OnlyFans? You don't think they're monetizing? Why do you think they're on Instagram?
good
You don't
for
think they're
them.
monetizing?
Yeah, good for them. They're making money. Like, and I'm not saying OnlyFans is like great or whatever. I don't care about OnlyFans. I don't have an opinion on it.
You don't
I-
have an opinion on it.
I
That's
just
a
don't
lie.
care. I
Fair
just
enough.
don't care about it. Honestly, I
Okay.
think it's just like if you want to sell pictures and make money, good for you. You're gonna make a
Videos
lot
as
of
well.
cash. But
Yeah.
you can also make a podcast and talk about like put random premises out there with no structure behind them in our argument and make a podcast and listen to a bunch of girls being gaslighted into saying exactly what you want and make a bunch of money out of it.
Oh,
So if that's
gaslighted.
what you-
Oh,
hey, Dad, you were
yeah.
gaslighting the
That's how
shit
you
out
feel?
of her.
That's how you feel?
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
not because I wasn't talking in the past.
Here's the
minutes,
thing. If she was addressing me in the same way I was addressing her, would
would've
you
been-
consider me being
can
gaslighted?
you say that again?
If she talked to me in the way that I talked to her, would you say that I was gaslighted?
Yeah.
No, the way you guys define gaslight is the way the person reacts.
No.
Because she tried to disrespect me and said, hold on, I got an A in biology. So like, I'm an idiot. I mean, like, what are the chances that...
No, that was just a statement. I did have an A in biology.
No, and I believe you. I gave you a high five for it. No, I think it's fantastic.
Hey.
But what is gaslighting really other than making a superior point and the other person reacting negatively?
It literally is not. That is not the definition of gaslighting. I mean, hey, I'm not saying arguing and having different opinions and like holding you accountable for a flawed argumentation is gaslighting. Absolutely not. But like I said, you're just throwing out there like, this is how you reacted and this is how you feel, and that's a fact. But that's not a fact. That's just what you think, how someone reacts, how someone feels.
What have I said that was not a fact?
You were saying that
I'm
you were
facts
just
Kelly,
facts.
man.
Exactly.
What did I say that wasn't a fact?
Like her being attacked or something. How would you know? She was just that's the point of this podcast,
No,
right?
she
Like,
was. She was
and have arguments.
angry.
No, he
'cause
stated objective biological facts, and she didn't like the way they were said.
Yeah, and she lashed out not only at me, she even lashed out at the ladies for having their own opinion.
But she didn't lash out. She just had a strong opinion.
I didn't
No,
I think, okay. Look, if you're not gonna
You
say she
think or
lashed
you
out,
know?
So opinions over
No,
facts?
the reason that I say she lashed out
Nobody said
because
opinions over facts. I just said she has a strong opinion.
she
and
told them
he's
that
just
they're not
feeling-
allowed to have their opinion
That's
if
not
it
what I
agreed
said.
with
I
me.
said that
That's not what she said, but she did say that we were
That's what I mean
enabling
by
it,
gaslighting.
quote unquote
You're
enabling.
stuff
That's
that
how
she
I
didn't
felt
say.
at the time, but it was
Right.
communicated wrong.
So by enabling, by enabling, she's saying that your opinion, the way you were reacting, was not allowed.
Yeah.
So you're trying to control someone else's thinking.
Yeah, at the time I thought
Damn,
that
she
was
admitted it. Damn, okay.
I realized
At least she's confident. At least
when
she's confident. I would give you that.
When she helped me
Confident
understand
in wrong
that I
things.
should have said in my opinion, that's when I understood that I was in the wrong and it was my opinion.
But nobody's saying, in my opinion. He's spilling facts about women having not the same value or whatever. Not saying
Wait, who said
whatever
that?
you say, right?
See, here's
But
the
it's not an
fucking
opinion,
no.
it's
Stop.
just- it's just
You're
a
not gonna
fact
sit
for him.
here and then misquote me and say he's saying this and that.
Okay, I won't
What I
misquote
say,
you.
like, here's the thing, ladies. If you're gonna go ahead and attack an argument, attack the argument. Don't sit there, misquote it, not know what the hell you're talking about. I think it's this, and I felt this way at this point. No, what was specifically said, and what did you have a point with? I said simply this: women don't bring as much utility to a relationship as men do. And then I asked, well, I don't agree with that. That hurts my feelings. Well, who has more requirements of the opposite gender? Women have more requirements of men. Oh, so that means men must bring utility, whereas women don't have to bring as much utility. By fucking definition. Okay? I think I said that clear enough in English. Men have to bring more to the table to get women. That's a biological fact. That's why 80 to 90% of women have procreated since the beginning of time, whereas only about 40% of men have procreated since the beginning of time. Women weed out losers. Period.
Did she try to gaslight you when she asked if you had a girlfriend?
Yeah, she tried.
I did. That's not gaslighting.
Real quick, was that gaslighting when he's making
That's not what gaslighting is.
You don't have to tell her. I'm asking her. So was she gaslighting him when he was making a point and she said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" Is that gaslighting?
I don't think it's gaslighting, but wait. I do think she was trying to make a point in the wrong way, like making a personal, like saying, hey, whatever you have to say is invalid because of your personal experience. So
that's not gaslighting.
I don't think that's
define
gaslighting.
I think it's hard to determine unless we had let her go on.
Yeah,
to be
exactly,
honest.
but-
I think
I
that
don't think
women
it's
actually
gaslighting,
bring the most value more than men because none of us sitting here would be here without a woman.
That's not true.
Two different things.
It's not.
Meaning that if the man didn't put that seed in the woman's earth, then there could be no life that would spring from that
Right,
soil.
but the man could put a seed anywhere, but it wouldn't create a baby.
Maybe.
A woman couldn't create a baby without a seed.
You need two.
It's equal.
to
There's
make one.
no arguing that. It's actually just equal.
Yeah. But I like how you're trying hard to put the woman on top. And one thing I want to be clear about is I know that the woman and the man are of equal worth in the relationship.
Okay.
They're of equal worth. They do different things.
Right.
But it turns out to get into the relationship, as the gentleman states, the man has to show up with some skills, some income, all kinds of things. She only has to show up with breast implants.
Yeah, facts.
Isn't worth
I mean,
and value
and this goes back to what I
synonymous?
said before.
I
Women
love it. I
live an
fucking
easier
love it.
life than men do in 2023 because you were trying to say, well, you could start a podcast and talk shit, blah, blah, blah.
That was crazy.
Not true because men
Yeah.
have to... Male influencers, if you look at a male influencer versus a female influencer, male influencers,
Wear
because you're saying
clothes.
there's male influencers that make a bunch of money on OnlyFans. Yeah, but they have to create an audience. They have to provide some type of value. You're not going to get on as a dude just from like being attractive. That's not going to happen. A woman could get off for just being attractive. A man isn't. Men must bring tangible value to be able to be an influencer, because the way men assess value versus women are different. A man's not going to follow you unless he looks up to you in some kind of degree.
Okay, but what does that say about the women? Like, okay, I hear your argument. I just want to know what you say. What follows out of that
Not
argument?
on TV.
What? Sorry, my English. I'm sorry. What value or not value does that add to the women you're talking about? Because you're comparing like men and women in like influencers, right? So
Yes,
what does that say about the woman?
I'm
What
saying
does
a
it say
woman can
about the
open
men?
up an OnlyFans
Yeah.
and make thousands of dollars just for being attractive. I'm saying a man can't do that. Men have to bring
but-
tangible value.
Okay, but what does it say about the woman? Nothing. It doesn't say anything about the woman. It
That
just
women
said,
live life on easy mode, which is my argument.
But no, they don't. They just had like I could open an OnlyFans, but I said not to do that because I want to study. If
But you have the
everyone can
choice.
let-
But you do have the
But
option
You have
to
the
do that.
choice.
OnlyFans
Honestly, what you're
too.
saying now, I'm sorry
You
to cut you
have
off.
the
She's in
choice.
school
You
and
can do
she's
that
doing
too.
it. She's doing it to pay for school, so she's still
As a
studying.
woman, we do have more of an advantage when it comes to like
But
the
yeah.
sex appeal of men. Like we
But-
can capitalize on that.
I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying women
So what are
can't
you
profit
saying?
from sex work. I'm saying if you want to have the same, like do the same work as a man, this example, a podcast, you have to do the same shit that a man does to get
Okay,
a podcast.
just-
It's like a doctor. If you wanna be a doctor and I wanna be a doctor, do we not have to go to the same school and get the same degree? So,
This is what I mean when
Yeah,
I say,
but
hold
paying
on.
your-
This is what I mean when I say women literally live in their own crazy clown world. Privilege is invisible to those that have it. If you wanted to, you can say, you know what? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to work. I want to find a man and have a family. You have the ability to do that. You could say, you know what? I want to be a scientist. You go to school, become a scientist. You could say, you know what? I want to be a lawyer. You can go to law school and become a lawyer. Yeah, I want to open up an OnlyFans and be a sex worker. I want to do that. But men don't have these options. We can't do that. We have to, it's succeed or die. That's it. We don't have another choice. We can't sit there and be like, I want to be a stay-at-home dad. It's not going to happen.
why can you not do that?
Do you live on planet Earth? Because most
It's
women
just
don't
not
like
as
us. I'm
fun.
not going to be a
I
breadwinner.
think that it's way
It's
harder
serious.
to find a man than you make it sound like.
What?
Like, I think it's way harder to find a successful man who has his shit together, who's not like a scrub.
But
than you're
no,
making
most
it
of the time,
sound.
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
That doesn't change the fact that women
Y'all
still
got a
want
list.
winners. So, like, what I'm
Right.
trying to say is that women have the privilege to be able to choose what they want to do, whether they want to be a stay-at-home mom, a sex worker, or they want to go to
Fucking
college.
drink.
Men don't have that option. We
Yes,
have to
they
become
do.
successful.
No, you don't. You can be a sex worker as well.
I
No, no,
Why
no.
can you not become a sex worker? I
Are you
think
getting the point?
I'm getting the
The
point.
point
What I
is
said-
that
you were
women just
saying
have
that
it
I don't
easier.
I don't like the way you follow out of
The way
women
he's saying
live.
it.
No, it's not the way he's saying it. The way he's saying is I don't give a fuck about that.
If me and you
I'm
both
saying-
made an OnlyFans and I wasn't famous, do you think we would make the same amount of money realistically
So
speaking?
you're talking about money. You're not talking about options because you were saying I don't have the option. Yeah, you have the option. If you want to make money, you
Like
can.
you should
also
Why
do
else
other
would you make
things.
it? You make it to make money.
But yeah, but you also don't study to make money. You study to become an intellectual
Hell
like you.
nah.
You need a job.
How are you going to pay off your
Only
student
women
debt?
can say something
Yo,
so stupid like I'm going to go to
Right.
college to be an intellectual and not make money.
But
Bro,
no,
do you not see the
I said,
craziness
I like
here?
it. I'm an
Yo.
intellectual person. I like
Bro,
it.
needs
I like to
money.
learn.
Yo, no, hold on. Stop the fucking show. That literally proves my point.
Stop the show.
No,
That
it
women have the
literally
choice.
doesn't.
She said, I'm going to go to school to be an intellectual. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
beautiful.
Bro, no dude
beautiful.
goes to school saying, I'm going to go to school to be an intellectual. Every guy's like, damn, I need to get a job so I
Got
get some
to.
bitches.
4 years
Got
college,
to.
So I can
college
make some
debt,
money.
fast start a family. I mean,
Like, bro, what? Like, oh, man.
And they
Oh,
expect you to be able to not only fly them out, but fly out my friend because I don't feel safe. Like, you got to have that kind of money. That's amazing.
listen, man, we are doomed. The culture is doomed.
Yo,
Man,
man.
you're just not-
but
you're
that's
just-
fine
you're just-
because there's no burden of performance on women to be smart or to make money. So you could say crazy shit like
Right.
that. I'm going to go to
Yeah,
school to be an
exactly.
intellectual.
That's the
Exactly,
problem is
because I'll
too
get
many
my
of them
bachelor's
went to
degrees
school
for
and they're
being a
still
woman,
dumb.
Right?
Or I
What was
can
that?
choose to get into boxing and be a boxer.
Well, the
Then you'll
problem
make
is too
way
many
more
of these
money.
women, they go to school and then they're still dumb. But the worst thing is in our society is we then allow them to become a judge, become a lawyer, and they occupy these high positions in the society. And if you actually look right now, as he stated earlier, college is over enrolled in females. But what we would also notice, I end up in court a lot, the judges are overwhelmingly female and the lawyers are overwhelmingly female.
On purpose.
Right. And so when we get laws that don't make any damn sense, it's because they went to school to
you.
become an intellectual.
Yeah,
They
because
don't.
judges make laws, right?
No, legislators make laws, but who mostly becomes a legislator? People who have a background in what? Law, like lawyers,
Yeah, but-
for example.
Then also
Barack
like-
Obama, our last president that you probably liked, he was a lawyer by trade. Most of the persons in politics are lawyers by trade. What is government based upon? Law. See, you guys aren't adding things up in a linear, logical fashion. That's why when the country becomes matriarchal, it becomes weak. That's why America's in decline. You look at all the countries that are strong today, these are patriarchies, governments led by men.
What is a strong country for you?
I like Dubai.
I feel like you've been waiting to say something for a really long time.
Here's the question for Marquette.
I've been having questions, but anyways, okay. So initially, you had said what was it? It's been so long. You said that men and women have equal worth in a relationship. You believe so, right? Wouldn't you say the word worth is synonymous with value?
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
They have different values. Yes.
So you'd say that both are valuable in a relationship, equally valuable, no?
If
you're saying that there's equal worth.
In a relationship that is guided toward creating a family, they're both necessary.
Okay.
You cannot have progress without.
So you
the
mean
other
just
one.
in terms of like procreating?
If you're going to have a marriage,
Yeah.
and procreate, yes.
Okay.
However, it's worth noting that the male undoubtedly has more value from a procreation standpoint, in as much as I indicated earlier, like I can get this whole table pregnant, low key, just in an hour. You give me an hour, I can take care of this.
And now, sorry, I have another question as well. What was it? Oh, okay. So you said men who tend to stick to one, and this was a while ago.
Oh yeah,
so
they're
I'm
weak.
rewinding. They're weak, right?
Super weak.
But wouldn't you say that being, I guess, celibate as a man and like resisting like sexual urge would be
No, those persons are
like
mentally
strong-minded?
unwell.
Mentally unwell.
They're mentally unwell. I'll give
But
you
to
two
restrain from sex, I feel like that's very like strong-minded.
You feel like.
No, that
I,
right.
I
you
do feel like it's
yeah.
an opinion.
Go ahead.
I'll give you some clear examples. You ever heard of any scandals within the Catholic Church?
Like pedophilia.
Yeah, pedophilia.
Oh,
Do you know that the persons who are committing pedophilia, these are the ones who take a vow of celibacy, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's sexual repression.
Okay.
You look in psychology, even if you look at basic folks like Freud, they note that sexual repression causes you to act out in bad ways.
Yeah.
And generally, when you see people who are repressing things that are natural and innate, that doesn't lead to good outcomes.
Well.
Right.
Okay.
And why would you repress something that's not bad? You know, sex is not bad. None of us would be here without sex.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just like a restraint thing.
It's easier for women to speak from that restraint angle because for you guys, you don't have to earn your value.
What do you mean by that?
You have, in fact, they have more value when they have restraint.
Yeah.